Hello, everybody, and welcome to Finding Inner Freedom, shifting paradigms to become who you truly are. A global online event featuring over 20 speakers, healers, therapists, coaches, movement practitioners, shamans, alchemists, intuitive guides, and wisdom teachers to share how we can draw on the profound wisdom that is found beyond the conditioned mind to become more free. So we can heal, be in our bodies, live from the heart, and align with our soul. For when we do this, we can create magical new ways of being and living together that help fertilize the ground for a new humanity that benefits all. Thank you for joining us. Hi everyone, I'm Julia Kyambi and I'm your host and the creator of this event. And I am delighted and honored to be welcoming Farcia De'Toles. Welcome, Farcia.
Thank you so much, Julia. It's so wonderful to be here.
I'm so glad. It's so wonderful to have you here. Let me go ahead and introduce you. Farcia has coined the term natural rhythm healing to describe her work. In its practice, natural rhythm healing conscientiously embodies the breath through movement. Her aim is to make the joy of movement within one's body accessible to all people, moving past age, experience, health status, and body type. She equips her clients with tools which empower them to continue the experience of her work in their daily lives. Through her work, Farcia celebrates and honors not only the body, but also the mind, soul, and community which we exist in. Her objective is not only to shape the body and align the body, but to help her clients find peace and harmony within. Healthy attitudes towards self become healthy interactions in community. Natural rhythm. A native of Liberia, West Africa, Farcia trained with master dance artists from her home, Liberia, as well as from Senegal, Mali, Guinea, and the Congo. She has performed on main stages in the Bay Area and out of the state with major African dance companies. She is a certified African healing dance therapist, certified black belt NIA instructor, certified massage therapist, and personal trainer, offering customized rehabilitative services. Farcia has combined her dance and movement training with the innate wisdom gained in her upbringing and is well qualified to deliver impactful healing to groups and individuals. The out-of-balance lifestyles and socio-political circumstances in many communities worldwide motivate Farcia to deliver the medicine of Farcia's natural rhythm healing in order to normalize self-love and appreciation and physical vibrancy in our human existence. And her topic today is movement for joy, fitness, and healing. Tell us about yourself, Farcia, and your background and training.
Well, thank you for that introduction, first of all, Julia. Being from Liberia, West Africa, I started my dance life there, and dance is all around you in growing up in Africa. And one of the things that I've always gravitated to is being in the nature. We have a lot of nature around us, being with the soil, being on the beach. And this has, because Liberia is by the coast, it's somewhere that I've as a child with the family and friends, would find myself going almost every week to the beach. And being around the grass, being around the nature, these are the things that has stimulated me to immerse my feet into when I teach sometimes. Because my feet have always been a part of natural soil, sand, grass, not that we didn't wear shoes, but there's lots of times in my life where I would be bare feet because there's just so much nature to walk in. And I find myself using that understanding even till this day to help to keep the feet strong and teach being grounded. Um, I grew up learning dance and being taught by a teacher that really helped me to understand the different connection to the tribes, the strengths, and the customs, the rituals, the songs, all of that is what we learn, as a young person. And
Mm-hmm.
as I got older, well, I moved to the United States, and then I professionalized my understanding in dance, just allowing myself to be exposed to different dance cultures, mostly in African dance, um, that help expand my repertoire from Liberia to Senegal, Guinea, Mali. And this is from being in professionalized dance companies and also studying at San Francisco State University. There's where I actually got ethnic dance as my focus and health education. So yes, this is how I kind of began strengthening my educational background.
Amazing. So how do you work with people now? So how did it develop into that?
I work with different groups and individuals. Because I am a certified African healing dance therapist, and I gained that understanding through and became certified by Papa Zach Juff from Jamanakura. And this is the dance company that I work with the longest. This is my family dance company, and Mama Naomi Juff. These two individuals are mentors and advisors to me. Papa Zach, bless his soul, passed away a year ago, and he is very instrumental, was very instrumental in giving me tools and understanding on how to teach on the West, how to bring in a body conditioning program, for example, from my NIA technique, somatic therapy license program, bring it into modern dance companies of African performance. And there is a body conditioning program that I bring to dancers that are professional, but need to stay conditioned so that they can be strong and integrated when it's time to perform. I also work with groups that are just individuals who want to stay in touch with their bodies, be more connected to their feminine spirit, for example. You know, women are a larger population of the groups I work with or individuals I work with, but I also work with men. Um, we tap into the joy of movement where you can gain some of the tools of learning how to be grounded. I'm guiding you throughout the process of how to lighten the load through your breath, for example, while taking on movements that are new to your body and music that may be new to your body. You may be a professional, you may not. You may be somebody rehabbing from an injury or a knee replacement. All of those types of background of people are in my workshops and classes, and they find that they can be with their body where their body is at and take it to the level slowly and also safely. This is what I promote in my teachings.
And that's so beautiful because then everyone can join and from wherever they're coming, from wherever they're at.
Exactly,
Mm.
exactly. I mean, I have people that come to me and they're grieving, for example, and they really don't know how to get from that stuck place
Mm.
of pain and suffering or feeling lost, and they just want to move from there. And so a lot of the African healing dance helps with that because of the fact that it's it's about not just what you look like when you move, but it's about feeling the elements in your body, the earth element, the fire element, the water element, actually feeling your internal landscape. And so I take individuals out to nature, like the beach, and I teach them how to really feel grounded in their feet and immerse their feet in the soil of the sand. And it's quite a good workout because it really conditions the feet, and that's our foundation. So when you can really feel the toes connected to the soil underneath you and smell the fresh ocean air and feel that, you can start to feel like, I actually am a part of this whole earth, and this whole, this environment. And it also is very relaxing. It's also very relaxing. But you feel that wholesomeness when you are taken in nature. And then sometimes I do it in environments like a gym, and still promoting people working with bare feet. Sometimes individuals may not feel comfortable yet, and I let them use shoes that, is shoes that they can just wear inside, or jazz shoes, or maybe even tennis shoes that they don't wear outside. And we are constantly working with breath. I'm constantly guiding you on how to take sips of breaths, inhalation, how important it is to feel that inhalation, even while you're moving. Even while you're moving, we need to be inhaling deeply and allowing that to soothe us, and exhaling, even while you're clapping, because that gets you into feeling that internal self. And then you're not distracted, and your mind can really stay present. And that is what the healing aspect of Farcia's natural rhythm healing is about. The breath constantly being involved while you're moving or in stillness. And then you can actually feel the joy coming through. You can really start to feel that conditioning, that connection to the body when you are really with the breath. We go on the floor, we're on our feet, different levels. And we use knee pads, all to feel safe. The kind of music I may use would be anywhere from jazz to African drum beats to Caribbean to pop music. Sometimes there's a different kind of choreography I will put together depending on what the group needs are. So I listen to the requests, and then I create something that works for that group. Sometimes I'm asked to do something that will bring the unity of a staff together, for example. And then I'll do a workshop or a retreat for staff development. Sometimes I'll have a liberation birthday celebration for a women's group. Sometimes it's for a church group. Sometimes it's for a family reunion. It all depends. And all these types of group want healing as the base. They want connection to their body, and they also want to feel a sense of integration.
That's beautiful. And I love how you merge so many different things together, from the elements, but also different groups of people all benefiting from these fundamental benefits, like things that we all need more of. Yeah, so it's like an alchemistic process. So tell us, yeah, and that brings us to your background. What's the alchemy of bringing all of your background together in your work like this?
is a creative style of way to work. Um, I was drawn to uh, teaching children at first. Um, and then the mother started saying, we never went through a rites of passage. How come we don't get that experience? And so when I moved from the school kids, I got really into teaching women and started to form the African Healing Dance Therapy sessions. And I find that because I'm on the West, bringing in tools from my being a Black belt licensed somatic therapist can be very helpful for adult minds, because then I'm able to guide with visuals and some science, sometimes nothing too technical, but just sort of bringing in that, okay, you're working with your hip right now to open up your breath, giving them some kind of anatomy during the process of saying, let's work with circles, let's work with this Basa dance from Liberia right now. Yes, there's a constant blending that I'm doing that makes it for a very exciting kind of choreography development. And it's exciting. I really enjoy it.
Amazing. And I'm seeing all those smiles on people's faces. That must be so rewarding.
I do love to see the smiles. I'm somebody that really uh, feels the joy when I dance.
Mhm.
So to tell you the truth, Julia, I am healing every time I teach, every time I dance, I'm healing. Uh, Being from Liberia, a war-stricken country, I have experienced, some trauma, and I've seen people, um, really going through some of the results of a war and not always knowing how to get through the difficult emotions that happen through something like that.
Mhm.
And that's one of the reasons why I gravitated back to dance whenever I could. Um, when I was a child in Liberia, I danced. I danced with friends. I danced with small dance troupes, and it was always healing. So I found myself saying, I need to continue this for myself, but also to share with others, because this is where I feel so much more whole.
Mhm.
And so that's why I keep doing it.
That's beautiful. And it rings such a deep message for me of, we need to keep moving what we're feeling. We need to move that with our bodies. And that is such a foundation in what you do. And it's such an important thing to remember, to not get stuck, stranded with our feelings. Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I love the martial arts. You might see that in the clip, that we do have a martial arts component from the Nia dance technique.
Mhm.
And so I bring in some Taekwondo, some Tai Chi, and some Aikido. These are
Mhm.
the martial arts movement forms that we're trained in as a Nia instructor. And it really helps to kind of bring some of that energy out that sometimes can be anger, sometimes can be frustration. And yes, men and women enjoy that aspect in a class or a workshop. And it also helps to burn and to tone the body, the legs and the arms and the hands, especially when you're doing those kicks, or
Mhm.
you're punching. Yes, yes, a lot of energy expression opportunities
Mhm.
for each individual. Yes, sometimes I work with live drummers and in a workshop, uh, and that can be really fun. Uh, Creating music, you know, um for the group that
Mhm.
need the live drum at that time. Yes, yes.
Amazing. And that aspect of rhythm, that's a whole other world there, because that's how we can connect so deeply to ourselves, but also to the community, one drum rhythm will bring us all together. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, my business is called Farcia's Natural Rhythm Healing. And, rhythm is something that is deep within me. I actually use my mouth as a rhythm, as the drum when I'm teaching on the beach, for example, because I can't do both. So a lot of times with a student on the beach, and I am actually, mimicking the drum sound out of my mouth. That's how they hear the rhythm. And so
Wow.
that's why it's important for me to be not with too many people in that type of setting, because you need to hear me. And so if usually I have a group of maybe no more than about 4 women at a beach setting as such, when I'm doing a authentic Liberian dance, for example. That clip that you saw earlier was me teaching actually the Pele dance from Liberia, and those are the farmers, and so they, my family had a farm in Liberia in Kakata, and that's where the Pele people have their farms, and well, that's the dance of the Pele people. So yeah, you'll hear me, tak tak takada, kudum dum tak tak takada, for example, using a drum sound, and that's how we also learn too. We hear rhythms with the drum, but to be a polished dancer, as Mama Naomi has told me many times, and many other teachers, they'll say, you need to know that rhythm inside and out. So that's how I learned. Yeah. So the rhythm is very important.
Mhm.
Rhythm from the music outside of you, but rhythm within. Yes. And it helps you to kind of understand that, we all need to tap into a rhythm of life,
Mhm.
a rhythm of life that works for each individual. You know, I've been running my business as an entrepreneur for 20 years now. And, you know, it's about believing in your vision, your dream. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's sometimes you feel lost, but when you have a connection to your ancestors, and you have divine faith, that can help. And so I tap into the rhythm of my breath whenever I begin my prayer or my meditation. And that helps me to start to feel, okay, there's a place I need to go to calm myself and listen to the wisdom within, that's coming from the divine, that's coming from the ancestors. And there is where I feel safe again. Yeah. So rhythm plays a role in so many realms of our life.
Yeah, beautiful. I'm getting so inspired.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad. That's what I want to do. That's what I like to do. I like to keep the inspiration going, you
Mhm.
know. Yeah. Yeah.
So how
Mhm.
do you construct a session?
Well, I listen to the students first and foremost. What do you need? Uh, are you looking for emotional support? Is there something physically going on with you? If it's an individual, and I do work with individuals one-on-one, uh, either live or on a online. And then I work with groups, and I find out the same thing. Sometimes if it's a church group, for example, the pastor will come to me and say, I'm working with a group of women who are going through different things, and I feel like we need, mentally to feel more focused and to emotionally feel calmer. There's a lot of anxiety, and this is just how they talk to me, and I listen, I take it in, and then I go back to my laboratory in my studio, and I start to put together the right customized routine. And then when I go to the group for a session, or I do it online. I have put together something that is customized for what their needs are. And I like working like that as opposed to just coming in and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Because, well, you need to kind of pay attention to what people's needs are. To me, that's important. And it makes for people feeling like, oh, wow, she's paying attention. She's paying attention to what we're going through. Sometimes I come in there with a lesson plan, and I do write some things out, and I've studied some music pre the session, and I start to feel the energy in the room, and I make some changes. Somebody might come up to me and say, I'm really going through this and this and this. And I say, oh, this is different than what I thought they were going through. Okay, let me make a little tweak. That is something that's what you call on the clock spontaneity. I like that too. Creating on the spot too. Sometimes that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, and I imagine that, well, that's something I also know from just from my work. It's like, also just tuning into the energy, into the group energy, which
Yes.
gives you information all the time. So it's such a beautiful thing that you adapt to that as you go along sometimes. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one of the things that African Healing Dance has taught me, as well as being a Black Belt NIA instructor, that in fact, the Black Belt was all about stepping into the unknown. That was the theme of becoming a Black Belt. So I do feel that those tools that I gained from that somatic therapy teaching has helped to kind of open myself up to sometimes just tuning in.
Yeah.
Toning in to what is happening and in the group, and saying, this is what I have. You have a lot of tools. I have different dances from so many choreographies that I've designed. I design my choreographies, even though we get designed choreographies on DVDs and MP3s and all of that from the NIA headquarters. That are strictly NIA music, NIA technique moves. And there's something called the 52 NIA moves. When I design a choreography, what I do is I implement the 52 NIA moves, a lot of them in my choreography, but I create with my own music, and I blend it with the different African dances that I know. And that is what people tend to gravitate to when they come to my workshop. They love the different movement styles that African healing dance has to offer, because it is something that is so natural. At the same time, it's very stimulating to opening up the heart chakra, stimulating the opening up their sacral chakra. And so women and men, they find it very exciting, and these are people who may have never done African dance before. Sometimes people come and they say, when I was a little girl, I took one class, and this is just really bringing up all that again, that joy, that ancient understanding in me again. I'm just loving it, so that's quite a joy for me to blend and create choreography. Yeah.
I love it. So what do you want people to know?
Well, I feel like one of the things that is important for people to know is that they don't have to have lots of experience to be in my class or a workshop or even come on a retreat. You come as you are. I have people who have come to my class who know repairing from a hip replacement, um, have spinal issues, and they want to condition their body. What happens is that I take you to different levels. So I'll be working in a class, teaching, and I usually have a mic on, and I'm giving you guidance on how to stick to level one. where, this is where you can stay. This is comfortable for you in this move. If you want to challenge yourself more, you go to level 2. If you want to challenge yourself even more, you can go to level 3. And I'll do a demo on all of those levels and let you decide on how to move your body in that moment that is safe, harmonious, and with pleasure. We do not work with pain. We work with pleasure. So that's a different concept for a lot of people. A lot of people are like, oh, okay, am I going to come in here and burn? I'm like, yeah, you'll burn, you'll be surprised. You'll be sweating, you'll be enjoying, but we're not looking for pain. We're looking to seek pleasure. So there is where people say, oh, I can relax with this. Mm-hmm. And they start to listen to when their body is saying, that doesn't feel too good. Back or off, let me modify this so that I feel good while I'm working out. So the concept of seeking pleasure versus pain is something that I'm constantly promoting, and modifying your movements so that you can feel good while you're doing the movement is another thing I'm constantly promoting. Breath work is ongoing. It's like the best friend that lives in the room next to you. Yeah, so those are the things I would like to really bring to people's minds, because sometimes people, they hear, oh, African dance or a dance class, and they think, oh, I can't do that. I'm not a dancer. And this is a therapeutic environment, a therapeutic style of healing. But yes, you will get some dance. Now, the other thing I would like to do is to take this moment to give thanks to teachers that have come in my life that have been very helpful. My first teacher for African dance, besides my mom, I like to thank my mom because she's always danced around us, and even my dad, God rest his soul, they both were, just loving parents that just would dance and encourage us to dance. My teacher, Miss Dolly McCritty, who has also passed away in Liberia, she really introduced me to the Basa dances and the Pele dances. And to this day, I still teach what she's taught me. Mama Naomi and Papa Zach, God rest his soul, they are the ones that certified me in African healing dance. And, I just want to always, let them know that, that they really gave me a lot. And their Mama Naomi is still a mentor and an advisor to me till this day. Also, Nimli Nabla is an advisor and mentor to me who has helped me in my growth as a Liberian dancer. And so, I just wanted to bring some names: Alassane Kane, Abdullah Diakite. These people have passed on, and they're now my ancestors. And to be remembered because, yes, they made an imprint in my life. My team that helped me all the time, Lynn and Kenya and Mike. These are people that they know who they are. But yeah, just taking a moment to be thankful. The journey is not something that, I do alone. I get support and love from family and friends. Yeah. So, yes.
You've spoken to so many different important themes, that big theme of gratitude and community and not doing things alone.
Yes.
But also connecting to joy and pleasure as a way of, being in life, and connecting to rhythm. And also what struck me, really resonated deeply for me, was just also connecting through the body back to one's own inner authority. Yeah, this works for me. This is comfortable for me. And that's okay. It's okay to do it that way. Yeah, just to give you a few of my impressions of what you've said. And the beautiful thing is, Farcia is going to be guiding us on a little experiential to get a taste of some of what she's spoken about. So I hand that back over to you, Farcia, to guide us and to give me a sign when you're ready for me to come back on.
Okay, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
As an educator in action, I teach classes that are 1 hour long. I teach in workshop formats that could be anywhere from 90 minutes to 4 hours. And this is a sample for you that I'm offering that's going to give you a sense of what 3 songs feels like. One is kind of a warm-up, which is typically done in any class format. We start off with a warm-up, and then we go into a get up and go section. That's a little more cardio, and then we go into kind of cooling things down. So I'll give you a little taste of that in just 15 minutes. So it's a sample, okay? Let's begin. I'm gonna step back. Heel of the foot, ball of the foot. Heel of the foot, ball of the foot. You can start off in a nice open stance. It's your hip width. Everybody's open stance is according to their hip. Let's start off with squish walk. It's called squish walk because it's as if you are squishing grapes underneath the heel, or maybe a small tangerine, depending on how high you want to take your releve. Very great for conditioning the legs, opening the feet, yawning the arch. And then we can go into an easy duck walk, lifting the ball and toe of the feet. It's kind of a quacking sensation that you can play with. You can play with the hands, swatting, swat, 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 swat. Next move, I want to take us into the side of the clock. You can imagine that you're in a circle and we're on the lateral edge and the inner arch of the feet. This may be tricky for some feet. It takes a little time to develop, so take your time rolling into the side, the inner arch, the outer arch of the foot. Let the sway of the body follow. Take your breath with you. And now the front of the clock, or the front of the feet, the ball, and then the back in the heel. You can let your tail reach back. The front, you can come on releve. The back of the heel. Now, be at a level of your comfort. Doesn't have to be as high. You're getting used to feeling the 4 corners of the feet. So, what you can do is you can continue this in a circular motion, as if you're carrying a little basket. Carry around a basket, gesturing. You're giving something of your heart, something of your spirit. Willingly, yes, and then you can reverse it. From here, we'll go into our take it up a notch. Let's imagine that we are walking on a track. The legs have their own tracks. Right leg, left leg track. We're going to play with the fast clock, the near fast clock. Now we start off with a cha-cha step, back it up, wait. And then the other foot takes over, back it up, wait. Cha-cha step, back it up, wait. Cha-cha step, back it up, wait. So you want to feel that you are walking back with the ball of the foot and stepping forward. You can lift those toes. Shop, 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 step back, shop. Easy. Cha-cha. Feel the space. Step back, wait. Cha-cha. Feel the space. Step back, wait. Breath. Feel it. Step back, wait. Cha-cha. Feel it. Step back, wait. Cha-cha. Let the eyes go with the chin. Toss the energy. Feel that breath. There's an inhale right here. Exhale. Looking. Breath. Feel that toss. Spiraling arms. Circulating. Breath. Give me a yes. Yes to life. Yes. Yes to life. Breath. Yes. Breath. Yes. Good. Yes. Yes. Last time, open your stance to a nice A. Wrist. Try the other. Wrist. Now both elbows. Dance them. Groove with your shoulders. Now whole spine from top to bottom. Sit. Up. From top to bottom. Sit. Up. Good. Find the ribs, undulate them. This time we're going to start on the left. Walk back, give yourself space. Left foot. Step back, wait. Cha-cha. Step back, wait. Cha-cha. Step back, wait. Cha-cha. Feel the space. Feel the space. Eyes following the direction. Use your breath to stay in the here and the now. Use the breath to stay calm, to feel the experience of healing while moving. There's a punch. There's a punch. Woo! There's a punch. We're playing with the elbow, playing with the power of the punch. Same footwork. Give me a no. 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 Try outward block. Good. Cha-cha. Cha-cha. Good. Cha-cha. 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 Easy. Find the spine. Roll it. Sit. Up. Behind the knees. Lift the balls of the foot and stay in your riding. Stand in your A. Your A stance. Ground your feet. Take a sip of breath. Nice and deep. Again, breath in. All right. We're going to do a little African healing dance. Extracted from the dance of the nip from Senegal. You feel that? One foot sturdy, the other foot takes a hiccup.
place it down. Yup. Place it down. Let's do it again on this side. Yup. Place it down. And yup. Place it down. Good. That's what we do on the next. Yup. And yup. Yup. Cha 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 cha. Cha 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 cha. Yup. And yup. And yup. Cha 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 cha. Yup. Cha 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 cha. Now stay here and let's break it down. Yup. 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 Together. Yup. And yup. And yup. Yup. And yup. Flex the toes, flex the ankle. So you can feel that solid foot placement back into grounded. Yup. And yup. And yup. Taka, 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 ta. Yup. And yup. And yup. Chaka, chaka. Easy. Yup. And yup. And yup. Eyes following the direction of the body. Yup. And yup. And yup. Chaka, chaka. One more time. Yup. And yup. And yup. Chaka, cha, 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 cha. Yup. And yup. Flexing toes. Yup. Chaka, cha. Now easy. That's back with the ball of the foot. Heel forward. Back it up. Ball. 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 Heel of the foot and heel of the hand. 2, 3, 4. Bring the body from the center. Easy. Both hands. Fanning. The energy back. Now lift. Look at it. So the lengthening of the spine can be with it. Shake with it. 4. And heel of the foot. Back it up. And 4. Easy breath. 2. Come from under. 3. And 4. Ball of the foot. And 4 for these. Breath. Take it in. Work with your inhalation. Work with your exhalation. 4. Look. 3. 2. More dance from the hips. Easy breath. Look, look, look. Corner of the right, corner of the left. Use your fingertips. Swat with your hands. Shake with your tail. Take a side angle. This is what it looks like from the side. 3 and 4. Just to give you an idea. Now grab onto your palms and squeeze. Massage them. The expressors of the body are the hands. So whatever comes out is from your heart. Oh, squeeze and feel like something good is coming. Something good is coming. I don't know what, but let's take a step back and see if we can tap into that wisdom within and let it, the goodness come through once you unleash your palms. 5, 6, 7, 8. On your one palm. Shake it. Left. Oh, lift it. Shake it. Something good. Lift it. Oh, from underneath. Shake it. Now bringing more vibration of the body. There's your one. Shake it. Take it back. It's all in the hips. Get on the left side. Ground it, then shake. Loosening up the vibration. And pause, ground. Breath. Good. Now bring those palms together. Connect to your heart. See if you can bring your feet closer together. Maybe back to that open stance. Your hip width. Shoulders relaxed. Palms pushing left into right, right into left. And now push up. Feeling the tension only in the palms. Let the heart open. Release the palms. See the rainbow above you. All colors of love. Promise. Of a better day ahead. I thank you. Kanda. Namaste. Good work. Good play.
Namaste.
How did it go?
Thank you, Farcia. I didn't join in because I was by the screen, but the vibe was there. I did my little movements while sitting at
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm so glad.
Thank
Yes.
you for sharing that, Farcia.
Yes, you're very welcome. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, so we're coming to the end of our talk. Maybe you can just let the audience know about your free gift. And maybe before you go on to do that, let me just say, you just need to, everybody watching, you just need to scroll down the speaker page to find the link to Farcia's free gift. And yeah, so I hand that back to you, Farcia, to talk about that and about how people can also otherwise connect with you through your website.
Yes, the link will take you to farcias.com. That will have a free video of a class I've done that is in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. And it's a class that is in his spirit. So the music are anywhere from jazz to even a Janet Jackson piece in there, to African rhythms from Nigeria to South Africa. There's actually a piece where you will hear Martin Luther King Jr.'s voice echoing through the music of one of his speeches. It's very powerful. It's very fun, and it's about an hour long. There are like three, they're broken up in threes as the beginning portion of the class, the middle portion, and the end portion. So like a warm up, a get up and go, and a cool down. And each portion is considered a vignette. So there are 3 vignettes, and they have messages in the beginning of it, and you can enjoy the message and then take the class. So I hope that you enjoy that. And certainly you can stay in touch with me
by leaving your information. And we will hear up and coming events. I plan to do in January a live stream Martin Luther King Jr. class for anyone who wants to join. So that will be sent out before the end of the year. So it's been wonderful having you and being here with you, Julia. I am thrilled to be a part of this wonderful Finding Inner Freedom. And I thank you.
Thank you so much, Farcia, for sharing your wisdom and your teachings. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye, everybody.